Hey y'all, it's July the 21st, 2017. It's late, man. It's Friday evening. Alright, I want to holler at y'all, man. First of all, I hope y'all have a beautiful weekend, man. Like, just totally relaxing and take it easy and stuff, man. Enjoy all the good things in life. Savor it, alright? Because it's very good, alright? It's a good idea. And I hope that y'all do. I'm going to try to do some of the same, to be honest. Maybe relax, alright? Maybe relax a little bit, but before we dive into the weekend, you guys, man, I want to holler at you about something. Something I thought, is kind of urgent, and that's the reason why I want to do it before the weekend and stuff, man. I really can't wait, to be honest with you. Alright, y'all, let me holler at you a little bit. First of all, stuff's been going pretty nuts, man, right? This week, alright? Some weird stuff's been going on. Alright, a lot of weird stuff's been going on my channel in particular. And with that all being said, of course you're familiar with the topics we've been going over, man, this past few days. With that all being said, dude, I gotta holler at you about something. And it was something that I was speaking upon earlier, a few days ago. Alright, y'all might remember an early morning video. And I was talking to y'all about the Word of God. Talking to y'all about the Word of God, telling you, it's really not all that complicated. I was suggesting it to you, at least. You might not agree with me and stuff. We can debate about it. Alright, so I was telling y'all about the Word of God, and it's actually pretty simple. Right, a lot of people tend to complicate it. I mean, just to gloss over it, the Word of God's in the Bible. The Bible's a book. You can carry it around, take it wherever you want in the world. Alright, and some countries won't let you take it in, believe it or not. But the beauty of it is a book. The Word of God spreads far beyond the Bible. Alright, it spreads to every reaches of the earth, basically. And as we established in a previous video, I'll try to leave a link below if you hadn't seen it. What we established in the previous video is the Word of God. First of all, it never ever comes from inside your head like someone's talking to you. It never ever will. And in fact, that's very dangerous. We might talk about that a little bit later. But the Word of God, first of all, it's written down in all sort of books, number one. And then the Word of God will come from other people. They're going to come from the mouths of other people, not you. Alright? And just to describe the Word of God, basically it's complete and utter truth. Somebody drops like a bomb of truth on you, that is the Word of God. I guess it needs to be reiterated that, anybody can drop the Word of God. Every human being on earth who can speak words, or even sign language or something like that, dude, you can drop the Word of God on somebody. You really could. You have the capabilities to do so. And just to be real brief about it, if you were curious about your capabilities of dropping the Word of God on somebody, this is what you gotta do. You gotta care about somebody. You gotta care about somebody on a deep level. Some other person, see them having problems. Maybe you've seen other people have those exact same problems. Maybe you've seen this before. Maybe you notice patterns or something like that. You look at this person out here, they might be having all sort of different success. Who knows what's going on in their life, but they do have certain problems. You care about this person. Think about it. And you know the truth. And you know that most people around this person ain't gonna tell them the truth. They're all lying to that person, whether they know it or not and stuff. And you know that person's got a certain problem, and they don't know how to figure it out. And so you let them know, hey, look, I see you have this problem and stuff. I care about you. I want success for you. I want peace in your life. I don't care if you ever give me a dime of your money at all, dude. Like, I want success for you and peace. You're telling me you can't sleep at night. You're telling me like this different other things going wrong in your life. All right, so I want to help you out. And then, if you care about somebody that much, you drop a bomb of truth on them. That's what you gotta do. Because the truth in and of itself, I don't care what's your religion, dude. Like, and it almost don't matter really what you believe in. The truth in and of itself is a bomb. You drop it on somebody. It's filled up with healing. It's filled up with healing powers. It's basically medicines coming out your mouth. It's the Word of God. You drop a bomb on somebody. Right? And I've done that a number of times on this channel. We've been doing that recently. Thing is, there's nothing special about me. I don't know if I have to shout it from the rooftops, dude. Ain't nothing special about me. Alright? Anybody could drop the Word of God on a bomb on somebody if they wanted to. Alright? And it simply entails telling that person the truth of the matter. Telling that person the solution to their problem. Alright? Actually caring about that person so much that you know what you're about to say is unpopular. You know that chances are this person ain't going to want to hear you. But you tell them the truth anyways. Alright? Because you care about that person. Right? But there's actually a problem, a very dangerous problem actually, to all of this. The Word of God although it is a bomb and you could drop it on someone, it doesn't matter what's your religion, your gender, whatever you come from, it doesn't matter. Alright, if you drop the word of God on somebody, a big old bomb on their heads, full up with all sort of words that get to the heart of the situation, the nitty gritty, and it solves their problem. It would solve their problem that they're having right now. Alright, once you drop that bomb on them, it's up to them whether or not to listen to it. First of all, it don't matter if they want to ignore it or, you know what I'm saying, avoid it, pretend like they didn't hear it. Alright, it really doesn't matter. Alright, they did hear it. It's in their heads. That's the danger of the word of God that I had to explain to y'all real quick. There is a danger behind the word of God, because although it is a bomb that you could drop on somebody's head, and it's full up with medicine, full up with all sort of truth and life and solutions to problems, it's also quite dangerous because it'll stay in their head if they ignore it. If they ignore that word, if they ignore what you said, the word of God, that big old bomb that was dropped on their head, if they try to ignore it, if they try to avoid it, if they try to disremember it, guess what? It's never going to happen. You're going to be haunted forever. Now it's kind of chilling. I find it kind of chilling, alright? But the thing is, that's pretty much the only way that it's going to happen. Alright? Either they're going to avoid that word, or they're going to hear that word and think about it, and they're going to roll it around in their head, and they're going to think about it, and maybe one day they'll recognize the word of God and say, you know what, somebody came to me and told me the truth about my situation, and it's in my hands, and I can change the situation, and I can make it better, and because of the truth that this person dropped on me like a bomb on my head, called the word of God. That person told me, and now I know, and now I can fix the problem. Before the word of God was dropped on that person, they were never going to fix the problem. The problem was going to continue forever and ever, right? Because everybody was lying to that person about the problem. Everybody was beating around the bush about that problem to that person, right? They were never going to figure it out, right? Until somebody came around, dropped that bomb on them, right on their head. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's dangerous because it's never going to leave your head. And like I said, it is going to haunt you like a ghost or something like that. If that's how you want to think about it. It will haunt you. You ain't never going to get it out. And what I need to explain, and I think this is very relevant considering, you know, that Chester Bennington that just happened, and before that, you know, Chris Cornell, and before that, all sort of celebrities are coming up dead, huh? But Chester Bennington, he did it from Linkin Park. He done hanged himself just the other day. Alright, and what I gotta explain to y'all is, man, I went ahead and YouTubed it. I was looking at all sort of stuff, all sort of videos pertaining to this Chester Bennington. First of all sort of people on the internet pretending to cry and stuff over the loss of Chester Bennington. The thing is, a lot of them are pretending to cry. I'm not making that up. I've seen some of the videos where it's like, real tears ain't coming out your eyes. Alright? You're doing some Obama crying, and I've seen it. Alright? But all sort of other stuff, man. All sort of other stuff's coming to light about Chester Bennington that most of us didn't know. Alright? We didn't really know this about him. Alright? In fact, I left a video, a link to a video down below. And it's a video that largely inspired this whole entire video that I'm making right now, because what I have to let you know is when it comes to Chester Bennington, he hanged himself the other day. When it comes to him, there's going to be a whole bunch of speculation. Right? And it already has been. Speculation out of the ears, dude. All sorts of people are going to have speculation. And the thing is, most of the smarter people are going to definitely link psychotropic drugs to the situation. Of course he was on pills, right? I mean, obviously, dude, they're all on these pills. See, that's the thing. A lot of people are going to have all sort of speculation to include the pills. But here's the thing about the pills. One thing that's crucial to note about the pills is you ain't going to stop the pills. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to stop the pills. Us together, if we worked on it forever and ever, we would never stop the pills. The pills won't stop. So that's the thing about it. A lot of people are going to speculate about this sort of situation. You're going to notice a certain situation picking up. You know what I'm saying? It's going to happen more and more. All right, you're going to notice this. You know what I'm saying? It's only a matter of time before you see that this is a pattern, and this pattern is going to grow. All right, and there's going to be more and more speculation. A lot of people are going to be angry at the pills. Right, because the pills are going to be involved every last time. Alright, so a lot of people are going to get angry, and they might want to seek justice against the pills. Alright, let me guarantee you, there's going to be no sort of justice. People ain't going to go to jail. Wow, the very most that you could hope for, I'm letting you know right now, is money. A whole bunch of money. Alright, and what's that going to get you? The pills are not going to stop. And I think it's very important to know that ain't nobody going to stop the pills, right? So when we think about it that way, we understand, okay, it's impossible to get justice against the pills. If we're going to live in reality, let's just admit it to ourselves, dude. It's going to be impossible to get justice on the pills. But the thing is, what I got to tell you right now is, you know what I'm saying, it's actually the word of God, like we were talking about earlier. It's that bomb. That's what happened. Right? In this situation and every situation that you're going to hear about. And I'm sorry to tell you. Right? But the thing is, that is what did it. And it's what's going to do it every single time. Like I said, that bomb, that word of God, the truth bomb, the healing bomb, it entered their brains. They ignored it. They meant to ignore it. And I don't know what it like pertains to. Like, for example, the Linkin Park dude, I don't know anything about him. I don't know who dropped the word of God on him. I don't know when it was in his life. But I can guarantee you that is what happened. Unfortunately, that's what's going to happen every single time. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. Because here's the thing. It gets caught in their head. It winds up haunting them, right? Haunting them. They might hear a voice in their head. And on that video below, you're going to hear Chester Bennington describing exactly what I'm telling you in full vivid color. He was living what I'm telling you right now. Somebody dropped the word of God on him one time in his life, maybe a couple times, I don't know. Somebody dropped the word of God on him, got in his head, started haunting him. Because things weren't adding up. He's trying to convince himself that the word of God was void. It was null and void. He's trying to convince himself. It doesn't matter how hard you're going to convince yourself. If someone told you the truth, and you choose to ignore it, that, my friends, is dangerous. That right there is very deadly. And that's exactly what happened. That's what took his life. If he did actually hang himself, and I think there should be a full investigation. If he did actually hang himself, that's what did it. The word of God did it. It haunted him to the point of him hanging himself. Didn't matter how much success he had. Didn't matter how much money he had. How much opportunity he had. None of it mattered how many children he had. At the end of the day, none of it mattered. Because of how dangerous the word of God is. And I gotta explain to y'all, the word of God is being passed around like never before. Like nobody's business. If you're not catching on the internet, it's quite dangerous in that way, because you can see people from all over the world talking to you if you want, and what they're going to do lots of times is tell you something that's full of truth. They're going to drop the word of God on you from like different countries and stuff. You see all sort of people, and so therefore you're going to notice the correlations. Be all sort of people hanging themselves, way more than you ever remembered, way more. Alright, and they're all going to share this commonality. All of them, every last one of them. It's going to happen because somebody administered the word of God to that person, and they ignored it, and meanwhile their problems never ever went away. Never ever went away. The first song that I ever heard by Linkin Park actually was a song about how his problems didn't never seem to go away. It's called One Step Closer. The thing is, that's what the song was about. That was the first song I ever heard of him. Like, that's kind of the song that made them famous. How his problems just didn't ever seem to go away. No, they're not going to go away because you heard the word of God and you chose to ignore it. So the problems will not go away. And the words of God will haunt you forever. You're never going to forget them. To the very point where you decide for some reason to hang yourself. And yes, pills were involved, certainly. The pills expedite the whole process, actually. That's the unique, significant thing about the pills, actually, is that they expedite the process quick fast, dude. It gets done. The word of God, it's like it messes with the wires and it just makes that thing go off. Lots of the times. Right? It wasn't the pills that killed him. This is the word of God, and then you know what? Some people might step back and think to themselves, well, what if he was right? Of course, most people don't think I'm right. But some people with imaginations, they might step back and they might think to themselves, what if he's right about all this? What if the word of God actually is dangerous? Right? What if the word of God, hypothetically, what if the word of God was behind every last one of these people going to hang themselves, and you're going to see a lot of it? What if that was true? That the word of God, and what if it was so dangerous this way? It almost would make sense. There would be a line of reasoning to even want to ban the word of God, and call it hate speech, by the way. But ban the word of God, there would be a movement. It's like, it would almost be a credible movement. Like, dude, let's ban the word of God because it's getting in people's head and haunting them until they hang themselves. We should probably ban the word of God because it sounds so dangerous. This is what a lot of people would think if they're imagining that I'm even close to right. They might be thinking to themselves, damn, the word of God will make a lot of people hang themselves in the near future. It's dangerous. Alright, think about how to get rid of it somehow. Here's what I had to let you know. No matter whether I like it or not, no matter whether you like it or not, no matter whether you and me are even here tomorrow, the word of God will get spoke all over the earth. Right? And also, the word of God is all over the internet, like exponentially. So this is why you're going to see more and more hangings. Right? People can't get away from it. See what I'm saying? It's going to cross up their brains. Either you take in the word of God, the truth, and see it for what it is, and maybe see if you can implement it and have all sort of success and peace and contentment in your life and stuff, and just feel out peace with God and nature and people and all sort of success in your life. You can ignore the word of God, and a lot of people are going to hang themselves over it. All sort of things, dude. We're in a tribulation, and I have to let you know, it doesn't matter what you or I want. It simply makes no difference. What you have to understand is there will always be a messenger, and that's how it's always been since before any of us can remember. God will always send a messenger. There is no stopping it. Could submit to it, could enjoy all sort of success, or you can go down a rabbit hole, and I don't like what's at that rabbit hole for you. Anyways, man, it's been a long video, so I'm gonna holler at y'all. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend and stuff like that. Know that all y'all, every last person out there, y'all can administer the word of God to somebody, help them, heal them. Just let them know the truth, dude, because everybody's out there lying to them. And they're wrecking their own lives just because everybody's been lying to them and stuff, man. If you know the truth, if you care about some people out there, you want to help them, you want to help them get all successful and live a godly life just full of success and peace and stuff like that, you holler at them, let them know the truth. You're capable of doing it. Alright, but know that it's dangerous. It's dangerous what you got in your mouth. It's July the 21st, 2017. I'll holler at y'all later.